Early in 2022, authorities confiscated approximately 110 tons of cocaine from the ports of Belgium, breaking the previous record of 90 tons in 2021, one of the world's busiest ports. Here's why Belgium is called the coke capital of the world. While most may know Belgium for chocolate and coffee, for drug traffickers the country provides the perfect breeding ground for running day-to-day operations. According to the head of the country's customs service, 40% of Europe's cocaine imports go through Antwerp and its surrounding ports. Over the years, authorities have taken several steps to dismantle the cocaine operation, yet they have proven to be in vain. Belgium's cocaine problem appears to be a deeply rooted one for several reasons. For starters, the Antwerp megaport occupies a unique position on the world map. 60% of the EU purchasing power is within a 500-kilometer radius of the country. Owing to its central position, Belgium plays an important role in global trade, overseeing heavy traffic at its ports. According to one estimate, Antwerp receives 7.5 million containers annually. Additionally, Antwerp has long been hailed as the center of Europe's diamond trade and one of the largest gold markets. Consequently, Belgian customs officers find it nearly impossible to sweep the billions of tons of goods for cocaine, providing drug traffickers with the ideal hub for drug smuggling. According to reports, the on-site manpower is only able to check 2% of the containers entering the city's ports, so drug traffickers find it rather easy to escape customs checks. Ingenuity. Given the circumstances, there are plenty of ways for drug traffickers to smuggle cocaine into the country. Bananas seem to be quite popular. As an important export from Latin America to Europe, it's essential to transport containers within a limited time period, and so authorities often end up rushing the containers through customs. Drug traffickers make the most of this opportunity by hiding large amounts of cocaine within banana shipments. However, over the years, drug traffickers have become smarter, adopting new ways to sneak past authorities. Back in 2013, authorities discovered cartels working with hackers tasked with infiltrating the customs IT systems, removing containers from lists before they could be searched by officials. A divided political landscape. Belgium's fragmented political system also paves the way for drug traffickers. The country finds itself divided between the Dutch-speaking north and French-speaking south, preventing the necessary level of cooperation for tackling the multinational drug trade. With the two groups engaged in rivalry, the federal government finds itself broken. French speakers turn a blind eye to the issues of Flemish and vice versa, and so different groups end up competing for resources, allowing drug traffickers to take advantage of a divided system. In these circumstances, the Flemish nationalist and mayor of Antwerp, Bart de Wever, finds himself aboard a sinking ship. A Dutch cultural anthropologist, Toyn Voeten, penned about Antwerp's troubles in his 2020 book, Drugs, Antwerp in the Grip of Dutch Crime Syndicates. According to Voeten, the mayor of Antwerp finds himself abandoned by the federal government as the leader of the strongest separatist party in the federal parliament. A collapsing economy. Given Antwerp's long history in global trade, smuggling has become an integral part of the local economy for the people. Even before cocaine trafficking boomed in 2012, Antwerp was hailed as a hub for gold and diamond smuggling. Given the circumstances, a few experts believe that an attempt to put a halt to criminal activity in the area would lead to an economic recession. Consequently, any efforts to dismantle Belgium's cocaine trade have been met with resistance, allowing the drug trade to flourish over the years. However, authorities have undertaken several operations to catch key players in the drug trade and to confiscate smuggled goods. According to estimates, about 11% of the total cocaine smuggled through the ports of Antwerp is seized every year. Unfortunately, the figure is not enough of a blow to Belgium's drug rings. Drug traffickers are able to get by as long as the percentage of confiscated cocaine remains below 20%. A focus on ISIS. Another reason why the cocaine trade was able to flourish in Belgium is a shift in priorities of the local authorities. From 2013 to 2016, the region saw a rise in terror attacks by ISIS, and so law enforcement dedicated their resources to combating the terror cells in French-speaking areas instead of the bustling drug trade in Antwerp. Despite its position as a central hub for trade, Antwerp did not see the same frequency of ISIS terror attacks. Instead, the terrorist group shifted its focus to regions like Brussels, owing to the fact that the youth in Antwerp was largely already involved in the local drug trade, cashing in lucrative paychecks. And so ISIS deemed Brussels as the better location when it came to recruiting young men to its ranks. Given the circumstances, drug traffickers made the most of the opportunity and strengthened the trade to the point where authorities found themselves unable to tackle the issue. Insufficient funds. Over the years, the local governments have tried to dismantle Belgium's widespread drug rings. However, these efforts fall inadequate as authorities find themselves struggling with a lack of manpower and the necessary resources. Also, investigations are not as thorough as they should be. While investigators are able to successfully bust large amounts of cocaine every year, there are no follow-up efforts to track the money made by the trade. According to some sources, the drug trade in Belgium brings in 10 billion euros annually. This can be largely attributed to a lack of police officers with a background in financial crime. According to one ex-police officer, investigative bodies struggle with recruiting necessary financial analysts capable of following the money and unmasking shell companies used by drug traffickers. Bribing officials. Like most illegal businesses, a vast number of drug cartels are able to escape authorities by bribing key officials. It's how Albanian kingpin Dritan Dajti was able to run a drug empire from within the walls of a prison in Ecuador. According to Artan Hoxha, an investigative journalist who had the opportunity to interview Dajti in prison, the drug lord was able to smuggle through the ports of Belgium by bribing officials. For smuggling every 100 kilos of cocaine, Dajti had to pay bribes of 20 to 24 kilograms, or the equivalent in cash for safe passage. Although the bribe fees are hefty, drug traffickers rake in unimaginable profits, allowing them to pay off authorities without incurring losses. Drug traffickers often pay off custom workers for doing something as simple as not inspecting a container or moving it to another location on the port. Unfortunately, customs workers more often than not end up taking the bribe, since it's easy money as long as they don't end up getting caught. According to some experts, the corruption may extend all the way to the top of the government. Rise in consumers. Another reason why drug traffickers have concentrated their operations in Belgium is access to the European market. Over the years, consumption of cocaine in Europe has increased compared to North America. According to the Global Drug Survey in 2014, Belgians find cocaine to be a better drug than others, rating it 5.5 out of 10. Meanwhile, Australians gave cocaine a rating of 2.2 out of 10. Additionally, the price of a kilo of cocaine is higher in Europe than in North America, making the former a lucrative option for drug traffickers. However, it's not just a higher reward. Trading in the European market comes with few risks, since there's less likelihood of interdiction and extradition, providing another reason for global drug rings to make use of Belgium's ports. At the end of the day, Belgium's cocaine trade is a multifaceted problem. Between heavy port traffic, a divided government, and insufficient resources, drug traffickers have taken advantage of the chinks in the country's armor, leaving authorities with an unsolvable problem on their hands. And that is how Belgium found itself as the coke capital of Europe. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and let us know what you think in the comments below. We'll see you soon with another video revealing interesting cases of controversy and mystery.